I'm glad you're here, and I'm even happier that you're interested in joining me as you pick up some serious Linux administration skills and, even more, insights into how those skills are applied. If you've got an application or workload that needs to find its way out to the world, digital resources that need protecting, network communications that need securing, or even some home or small office computers that need administrating, then here's where you'll learn how it's done with Linux. Are you up to the challenge? This course will assume that you're already pretty comfortable using the Linux terminal command line and understand the basics of file manipulation and navigation. In other words, you've been using Linux as you move through your daily professional and personal life. However, if those are experiences that you've yet to enjoy, but you're nevertheless determined to push ahead anyway, then you could work through the basic Linux survival skills in Chapter 1 of my Linux in Action book.
Let's spend a moment or two talking about the significant role Linux in Action will play here. The teaching content of this course will include more than just videos. Where you'll be better served by some sections in a chapter in my Linux in Action book, or by another Manning book, or even some external internet resource, then I'll send you there. The primary role of the videos is to visually demonstrate the active use of Linux tools in ways that are hard to illustrate on the printed page. As I'll point out as we move through the course, the topics of most course units will actually match fairly closely with one or more chapters in Linux in Action. If you've already mastered some of the skills taught by those outside resources, then feel free to skip them. But it's my job to help you gain the tools and understanding you need to become an outstanding Linux admin. Watching videos and reading chapters from books are great ways to learn. I'm sure you'll get it done like a champ. But that's not how you really master stuff. So every section of this course will include a practical task that you'll perform on your own hardware. This is how you'll really know how well you've absorbed the information I've sent your way. But even that's only part of the story, because everything we'll discuss should be considered a task. You should pause after each video clip and ask yourself what new tool or skill you've just seen, and can you successfully replicate it for yourself? Even better, can you replicate it for yourself while incorporating some new customizing twist? Better yet, can you reshape the process to produce something cool and useful that'll improve your life and business workflow? That's learning. You probably already know that Linux is the platform of choice for a large majority of server workloads, especially out there in the cloud. Don't believe me? The middle graphic from this page, from thecloudmarket.com, shows the operating systems driving Amazon Web Services EC2 instances. The big blue chunk? That's just Ubuntu Linux. In fact, they're all Linux except for that sad, lonely little light brown slice representing Microsoft Windows. I'm not sure how often the data on this page is updated, but there's no doubt which way the overall numbers are going. Supercomputers? It seems they're all Linux now. And these numbers from W3Techs, as reported on the Wikipedia usage share of operating systems page, show 2/3 of all internet websites are being hosted on Unix-like servers, of which the vast majority are Linux. And what about the world of DevOps? The tools needed for superior Linux administration in general also lie at the very center of the kind of integration between operations and development that fuels so many modern deployments. Secure and efficient Linux servers drive strong DevOps deployments. So who's going to build and administrate all those servers? Well, why not you? For simplicity, I'm going to be working pretty much exclusively with Ubuntu for the demos in this course. It's not because all the other Linux distributions aren't important, but because within the context of this course, I believe we'll get the most bang for our buck from Ubuntu. Consider that Ubuntu is part of the Debian family of distributions and uses the Debian apt package manager. And consider that there are all kinds of popular and industry standard distributions that share those features, like Mint, Kali Linux, and Raspbian for the Raspberry Pi mini computer. So you'll get great mileage out of everything you'll learn here, even those few tricks that are Ubuntu specific. The Linux in Action book also includes commands and software package information relevant to the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, and Fedora distribution family. So if there's any point where you need to see a command equivalent for those distros, there's a good chance you'll find it in the book. In case you're wondering who I am, I've been working for years as a Linux sysadmin, along with a healthy dose of cloud and container administration. but that's the new normal. I doubt there are too many admins out there anymore who can say they specialize in only one area. Besides my day-to-day work, I have also created books, guides, and courses on those administration topics. They're all discoverable on my bootstrapit.com website. Before getting started, let's take a look at what we'll see through the rest of the course. We'll begin with Linux virtualization. Now, that might seem like a rather advanced topic to run into right off the top, but the specific virtualization tools you'll learn about here will allow you to build clean, safe, and secure sandbox environments where you can experiment with all the rest of the course's exercises without having to worry about breaking anything important. In other words, virtualization will make the rest of the course a lot easier. Our next stop will be about connecting to servers and remote machines securely using SSH, the secure shell. With those basic tools in place, we'll be ready to actually do stuff like provisioning regular system and data backups, building, administrating, and then securing a Linux web server, working through a smart diagnostic protocol to fix problems with network connectivity, and using bash scripts to automate tasks, making it much more likely that those tasks will actually get done, and done right. You'll learn how to identify and control running processes to make sure no one's greedily grabbing more than their fair share of the resource pie, and we'll wrap things up with some powerful system monitoring tools so we can get a bit of sleep at night without having to worry about the world coming to a violent end without you knowing about it. That's where we're headed. It's time to get down to work.